coming after a long time, but city remains the way it was. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, Sunita Reddy for collaborating with us for first of its kind initiative in India and inviting us for this inauguration event. We at Bajaj Finance are a diversified non-bank, are very excited and humbled to partner with Asia's largest and most trusted healthcare group, Apollo Hospitals, to launch our co-branded Health EMI Card. For 35 years, as you're aware, Apollo Hospitals Group has excelled and maintained leadership in medical innovation. Its hospitals are consistently ranked amongst the best hospitals in the country for advanced medical services across the length and breadth of the country. The Apollo Hospitals Bajaj Finserv co-branded Health EMI Card being launched today will enable customers to avail easy EMI financing options for healthcare covering over 600 procedures. It will provide credit limit for individual clients up to 400,000 rupees. The initiative will help customers or patients who are facing a medical emergency and those who do not have sufficient or adequate health insurance to meet their needs at the point of sale in the hospital right there and then. Our objective clearly together as Apollo and Bajaj Finserv would be to make quality healthcare affordable for our clients through a smooth and hassle-free process. The card will be accepted across Apollo Hospitals network, including multi-speciality hospitals, wellness centers, diagnostic services, clinics and pharmacy stores. That's really all from me. Lastly, before I go away, I just want to thank the teams on both sides who put this event together, and my congratulations to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rajiv Jain, for sharing key details about Apollo Bajaj Finance Health EMI Card. Some of the procedures can be expensive and make it harder for people to arrange necessary finance.
To places like Cleveland Clinic at 1/10 of the cost. And we are able to do so because Chairman's vision was able to be implemented into 70 hospitals around India, into the 60,000 people who are there to help deliver care. But beyond this, it is our focus on continuous innovation and creating access to these facilities. So today, while we've covered 120 million people, we also have people from 127 countries who come to Apollo because of the good health care. So our focus has been one on creating infrastructure, but we do not create just infrastructure. We look for the best clinical talent and then make sure that we have the best technology so our clinical outcomes continue to be the best. I think the Proton is an excellent example of how we've done this. We've spent over 1,000 crores in investing in a technology that would one day become probably is the gold standard for radiation, for tumors in the field of oncology. I can spend a lot of time talking about Proton, but this I will say that in the first year of its opening, it's treated over 100 patients. We have many on the waiting list, and it has become a gold standard for treatment for 3.5 billion Asians around the world. So this brings me to the reason that we are here today, and I'm extremely pleased with this partnership that has been announced with Bajaj Finance. And I thank Mr. Manish Jain for being here to make sure that this partnership begins with a very strong start. I think it's important to realize that in healthcare, it's not just about creating institutions and infrastructure and having the doctors, it's access. And at Apollo, we started the first private health insurance company called Apollo Munich. Having shown the way of creating one form of access, I think with Bajaj Finserv, we will create another way of enabling patients to have this product so that they can finance their treatment process. And this goes beyond just insurance because it can work as a top-up for insurance. grateful that the power of 1 plus 1 will be more than 2. It should be a force that should help every Indian. And I think it falls in place with the government's overall plan of creating financial access to, to the 40-50 million who live beyond Tier 1 cities. So I thank Bajaj Finance for coming forward to work with us. And I believe that this is at the, you see at 3, innovation. This innovation brings together a healthcare player, it brings in digital, and it brings in financial access. So these are the 3 vectors that come together to create this outstanding product. As we enter 2020, let me end by wishing you good health. Please look after your health. Chairman has now become a champion for preventive healthcare, and it's important that all of you are part of this program on looking after health, because Apollo is not here just for treating diseases, but for making sure that you are prevented from actually needing these treatments. So God bless, may you have a healthy new year. Thank you.
Good morning. And I think since we're meeting first time in this year, wish you a healthy and happy new year. Today is another major event in healthcare because nobody expects that they're going to fall ill. So when they fall ill, before we brought this legislation on health insurance, I told the then Prime Minister, when somebody falls sick, he will build up his friends and wife first to find a good hospital and then to fund their cost for the treatment. It was not easy suddenly to do this. This is why we tried, and within 5 years I think the Insurance Act, Health Insurance Act came. I'm very happy that it has played a very significant role. Actually, a good number of our people are insured, and the Government of India's program of Ayushman Bharat, covering 500,000 rupees for each person every year, I think is another significant factor. But still there is a large chunk of people in the middle class who are left with this or the other cover. So we hope everybody will be prepared if anything emergency comes in. But nobody wants to think that there ever be any problem of any health. This is the attitude that I think we should clearly change. We are all seeing every day. Last year on Christmas Day, we had 7 youngsters who came to only main hospital below 30 with an acute heart attack. And one could not reach, he reached 5 minutes late. That means brain dead. Imagine all other hospitals across the country. This is happening. And the same thing again last week. A 15-year-old had a bypass in Hyderabad. You heard in Madras, the boy who went to write an exam, a 15-year-old, dropped dead at the exam hall. This is never heard of. I remember way back in 74, 4 years after I came back, I had about 8 patients in 30s who had heart attacks. So
Sorry.
I talked about this in American College of Cardiology, saying Caucasian heart disease is different from Indian heart disease. Because apart from this incidence of young people getting heart attack, then the surgeons also told me that the blood vessels in Indians are thinner than the Caucasian vessels. So my compliments to them first. When they do the surgery today, the surgical outcomes of Indian cardiac surgeons are better than the best centers anywhere in the world. I give them great because many times this is what they said. So, to do 3 or 4 grafts and using that memory was not easy because the original vessels for all the arterial are still very thin. So there is a difference. That time in the 30s it was rare. But today we are seeing this disease in 15-year-olds an army sergeant in Delhi had a bypass few years ago. He had three stents put in, three vessels were grafted. So this is the state in cardiology alone. Similarly, every single disease, especially the diseases which World Economic Forum and WHO is talking so much about, you all know about it. See, NCDs, non-communicable diseases. Diabetes, heart disease, strokes, cancer, and infections. It's unfortunate, we want gold medals, but unfortunately we have all these 5 gold medals we have. We are diabetic capital of the world, by a small number, China is a little ahead, but the way it is progressing, very soon we will become that number. We are the heart capital of the world, and unfortunately it's not only the heart capital of the world, the youngest heart disease capital in the world. And in cancer, the common term that they are all using is, yesterday's cardiology is today's oncology. That is the growth at which oncology is growing. At the rate of 36%, oncology is growing. It's terrifying. And finally, the infections. You're right. The common infections that are hurting us, the dengue and all of these, and the chronic pneumonias and so on and so forth. Leave alone these big viruses which are killing. I remember 5 years ago in Saudi, they had this virus called Merck virus. While in intensive care, not only the patients died, the doctors and nurses also died. So they called Apollo on an emergency saying, can you do anything about it? So we sent the team, and the team report and they said, sir, they don't have any process protocols in their intensive care units. So next morning, 6 people were sent, and by the 3rd day, the death stopped both in patients and more importantly in all the attendants. So this is how severe the infections could be. And diabetes, affects from head to foot. But all of these can be altered. I want to point out, I come from a small village, about 100 miles from here. We have adopted about 170 hamlets to give them total care, not only health, to give health and happiness. So we screened all of them, and we found about 16,000 of them with diabetes, almost the same number or a little more with hypertension. By the first year itself, they could bring them their blood sugars near normal, and similarly more than 95% of the patients' blood pressures became normal. On the diabetic study, they presented the case study in the American College of Diabetology, and they really appreciated, saying this has never been possible to get it done in a single family. If there are 3 diabetics, that itself is difficult. We are so happy that 170 hamlets people have got done this. So I think these diseases are increasing. We have just celebrated 36 years, and Sunita just pointed out, we have seen the world's largest number of touch their lives. We are only 36 years old. There are institutions in America who are more than 200,000 a year. We have surpassed all of them in touching their life in many, many, many ways, because we are the only hospital group who is just not in hospitals alone. We are in prevention. That's why the checkups come. And the checkups, I started before Apollo when I was practicing in a place called HM Hospital in the cardiac thing, and we called it Daily Mass Health Checkup. Today we have done over 20 million checkups. Some of them, one of them belongs to your carer. He says, I am fine because I had a checkup with Dr. Reddy 40 years ago. Today I am healthy and well. So I think this is what it is what the checkups can make. And we are trying. I think that is the only way how we can cure this severe severity and the criticality of NCDs. Because most of the people don't know their health status. If they get a little pain, it's very unfortunate. You know what they say? Maybe I ate something wrong in the afternoon. They don't want to think. If they get pain in their jaw, what has jaw got to do with my heart? If they get pain in this finger, they don't associate with their heart. And unfortunately, the heart attacks when they come first time, the symptoms disappear in 5 or 10 minutes. But next time when it comes, it's almost fatal. So this is where I think everybody needs to know their state of health. And this has become the most important thing for anyone if they want to keep well. So I call this saying, if the people want they and their families and their society to be healthy and happy, you must have this checkup and know your state of health. There are about 60 to 70 million Indians who are very conscious about their health. They want to stay well. So they do the morning, they go and do all about the various types of exercises, and then they do yoga, meditation, all of these. But they just stop it dead. That is because they did not know what was the state of their health. So I think it's very important for every individual to do this. For the first time, Apollo has done for 70,000 family members and their families and their children, who are now conducting a study of their health and to see what if there is a problem to correct it now and follow it up. This is the first time any institution anywhere in the world has done for all their employees and their families to have this type of checkup. Not checkup, but to cure this. As I said again in my village, we diagnosed 13 cancers, 9 in women, 5 in men, but all found out at a very early age. So the operation was really giving back life. So this is what I think is going to be a greater and greater importance. Now coming back to our main event, I have to congratulate Bajaj Fin Service for saying, why not get associated and give relief for some of those patients who suddenly fall sick and don't have the kind of money to either get care or not get care at all. It's a very wonderful thing, that the scheme that you have done. In many ways you have done this type of service using the card, but I am very happy. I think you have about 3 million cards so far? 20 million, oh good. Unfortunately, you know, the simple thing about health is, if somebody gets, say, as I said, chest pain, he blames on something. But suppose your car gets, gives back, you know, whatever that spark or something, immediately send it for repair. Leave alone your car. If your dog sneezes, you send it to the vet. But when something comes to you, you ignore it, and then you want to say confident, saying this is not that. This is not heart problem. So I think we must educate people, saying that first they should know the state of their health. And when it comes, and as I said, the World Economic Forum's projection, if it follows, our Prime Minister is talking about taking India with a $5 trillion economy. Why is that 5? We need 4.8 trillion only to treat with the NCDs. I am happy that the government is going to be taking notice of it. After getting our results from the families of Apollo family and their family, in the next week I have the total analysis. Very soon we will start that program. I hope we'll have the Bajaj card available for them also to have this, and they can use it anytime. First for the test, and then later on, whenever they need any corrective surgery or corrective thing, they could use this card. So that would make a very significant impact, unless in India, almost everyone deserves to have one. Because nobody will know what comes next to him. Even cold, you don't know when you're going to get your cold. So I think, even on other emergencies. When it comes at that time, it's nice that you have simple, this card, if that can serve all the purpose. Your immediate care is taken care of, and you go home and say, oh, I felt this, but unfortunately, I could go to the hospital or go to the clinic, and they checked me and this is what it costed, but they assured me I'll be free if I take these steps 1, 2, 3. I think this is the marvel of medicine. As terrible as it is, the NCD's threat and this decade, very clearly they said 2020 to 2030, 80% of the deaths will be from NCDs, and then the cost burden will be $30 trillion for the world, and for India it's going to be $4.8 trillion. So I think we all must join in this race to fight this. And we will be with you, Apollo will be with you to monitor, to make people healthy. For that, I think I want each and every one of you to say, yes, I will check my healthcare status, and I will do it for my family. I'll insist on my friends and the society. I think if that word goes around, we will have a healthy India. We will not have this terrible, tragic third decade of this century to be falling prey to the deadly NCD's crime. We already have other things. We have accidents, which are increasing every day. But more than anything else, these are the recognized diseases, 5 diseases, which can be completely cured if you have an assessment done. And the assessment can be done with this. What we have done was, we have done about 20 million checks before. We appointed a artificial intelligence company called DXC. It's a British-American combination company. They have they're doing for us, 3 to 5 year contract with them. One of the first work they're doing is this. So when they already have their plan, and that's the plan that we use for our family, when it comes back next week, they will readjust it, and hopefully next month, in February and March, we'll be ready to launch it to India and to the world. Because this is a problem for the world. Unfortunately, they also said the most advanced countries will not get the maximum NCDs. They say most advanced countries will get less. They will have deaths from NCD, probably about 65 to 70%. But in Africa, we have 90%. For India, they have predicted to be 80%. Can we all make a change that should not happen? We must truly say, I don't want this to hit our country. I love my country. I love myself. I love my family. I love my society. I think that spirit should get each one of you, and then see what. If you reverse this NCDs, forever India will be remembered as a great nation, giving life to people who had no hope. So I think this is really a great start that Bajaj family has joined with Apollo. We have a great need for medical care, and that medical care can be life-saving if you are alert, or sometimes it can be severe, where it will cost you a lot of money and prolonged misery. So with your cooperation, with awareness coming into everybody, and first of all, each one of you must take saying, I will not tomorrow, today itself I will plan when I have my checkup done, and checkup done for my family and my friends, and tell the society that you need to have this done. So this is going to be very important to detect those 5 problems, whether you have or you don't have. If you have, if diabetes completely can be controlled with several good drugs presently available. I am an example. For 50 years, I am a diabetic. I am a diabetic because of the terror that I had in Delhi Secretariat to start the first corporate hospital in Chennai. The number of trips I went, my blood pressure is 137. So it's half my age. I probably had the blood pressure and sugar. That's what it is today. And that is why I want to mention my response saying, we can all do this. Nothing is impossible. It is not as terrible as World Economic Forum and WHO put it, provided we take steps. So I want each and everyone to again and again say, I will do it for myself, I will be part of the society, I will help the society from this disaster. Which is also, one thing is going to cost a lot of money. And second thing is, with all that, you may not be alive. But if you have this early checkup, probably surgery or medicine, you'll be well. And this is why the card is going to make it very simple for you, even that you need not bother about the finance problem. Bajaj will, Apollo card will solve that problem. So I think what we need is great determination by the entire nation. Probably I would like to give this message to the world. I surely will. 3 months after our program is on, when we are all over the country doing this, we will give it to the world because the world needs it too. Because NCDs are a terrible thing. Before I say anything, I must say hearty congratulations to the entire management of the Apollo Print Service. They are doing great service in many sectors, but I am very happy they are now getting into health sector. Previously they financed maybe homes, maybe some fancy gadgets, but today they are financing our good health. So thank you. That will be checked so that they don't have to fall a prey to these disastrous entities. God bless you. I love you all. Very important event. Apollo's attempt to keep people healthy and happy. We have made an understanding with a very senior firm, Bajaj Financial Services, to fund the expenses probably unexpectedly will come from one of the ways to undertake expenditures, collect from them in small amounts over several months. So this is a very significant thing because no one knows when and how they will fall sick. So it's a very important preventive step that this card will help so that they have money to get good care at available levels. But I'm also saying that this decade, as projected by World Economic Forum and WHO, is very critical. They say the healthcare in the world is going to be very critical because of 5 diseases called the non-communicable diseases: diabetes, heart attack, stroke, cancer, and infections. These 5 will cause 80% of the deaths. But it's not only causing 80% of deaths by these 5 diseases, it is going to cause their lives at a very young age. They all published. A girl who got married at age 28, when police had get up and see that star, she could get up and the postmortem showed acute MI. The chap went to, I'm talking about what you published, the 15-year-old who went for the exam, dropped dead in the exam hall. So this is what's happening. It's a very strange thing that heart attack previously always occurred above 60 in India and above 70 in the rest of the Caucasian world. But today they are happening at that very young age, unpredictable. And we always used to say that women have a protection because of hormone for the heart attack. So before menopause, they won't get heart attack. That was the thing which we used to believe. Now it's no longer true. So I believe this huge NCDs, we know the various factors which aggravate and bring this. But totally it is all put out as saying it is because of our genetic transformation. Some 350 years ago, this part of the world seemed to have had a severe crisis. At that time, there was a genetic transformation, so you are now more susceptible for these diseases, and they have identified these 5 diseases, which is going to cost the world $30 trillion, India $4.8 trillion, and 80% of the deaths. So I think it's very necessary because all the 5 diseases can be cured. Can be cured. 3 years ago, when we had the International Cancer Conference, they gave saying cancer can be conquered. What we had last year, same international specialists, they said cancer is curable. So I think if you understand if it's curable, it is curable if it's picked up in stage 1, stage 2. You can, a surgeon can use a robotic surgery and send the patient home the same day, removing the tumor. So that so much advances have taken place both in diagnosis and in management of disease. So as severe as the disease is looked at this decade, there is also tools to identify the disease early and then get it removed and lead a normal life. So this is what I said. All Apollo's efforts are to keep people healthy and their families happy. And for the country to live up to what the Prime Minister said, we must take India a $5 trillion GDP industry. I think it's all possible, but we have to take the next step, not push it away. Because you don't do it for your car, you don't do it for your dog, but what do you do it for yourself? So you send them for a checkup immediately. Patients சடனாக சிக்கல் எப்போது தெரியாது. அது வந்தப்போ அவளை பண்ணதுக்காக உங்கள்கிட்ட அதுக்கு மேக்கிங் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்ஸ் வித் திஸ் வண்டர்ஃபுல் ஆர்கனைசேஷன். உங்களுக்கு tremendous experience இருக்கு. They have already got a huge number of people from other sectors. Our health sector, we are tying up exclusively with them. Patients take 10,000, 40,000, 1,000 கொடுத்து ஸ்மால் அமௌண்ட் in 10 installments, 12 installments like that. அது மாதிரி ஈஸியாக ஸோ ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் எடுக்கும் கிடைக்கும். இதில் போனால் பணம் இல்லை, நான் எப்படி ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போகிறது அது எல்லாமே நான் எப்படி ஆப்ரேஷன் பண்ணி கொடுக்கணும் பணம் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லாமல் இந்த சர்வீஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங், இட்ஸ் a very major thing. அது கூட இந்த third decade of 21st century ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இதுனா வேர்ல்டு எக்கனாமிக் ஃபோரம் சொன்னாங்க this is going to be the worst in healthcare in several decades. 80% of the deaths will be for new disease, NCDs and diabetes, heart attacks, strokes, cancer, infections, dengue fever, all sorts of fever. Even today, I was reading from the media about China having their virus. So all these are coming up. So we need some help at that time, but we are not prepared. So first, I think this is a great service that Bajaj Financial Services are now coming forward and saying we'll help them to become normal and their family is happy, and for the country it's a great thing. So I think it's a three-way contribution Bajaj Financial Services is doing with Apollo's help.
Up to 4 lakhs per individual customer.
ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவலுக்கு 4 lakh கவர், ஒரு ஃபேமிலியில் ரெண்டு மந்த் 8 lakh. ஆனால் அவங்க ஏர்னிங் மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்கணும், அவங்க வேலை இருக்கணும், சேலரி வரணும். 8 lakh.
என்ன எலிஜிபிலிட்டி
like so salaried person, self-employed person demonstrates their earnings.
income limit is
See, we already have 2 crore customers who have an EMI card. Most of them will become eligible for Apollo Bajaj Finserv Health EMI Card.
அந்த கார்டை இங்க யூஸ்
Yes, absolutely.
அதே கார்டை யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்.
Yes. So they'll be able to buy, convert that, they will be able to buy another card. They have a Bajaj Finserv EMI card, they'll be able to buy Bajaj Finserv Apollo Health EMI card. Limit is, let's say, if it's 80,000 rupees, as I said, limit can increase to 120,000 rupees. So that's very